Hey Tubies, it's Lord Ision. Well, welcome to Wiccan Wednesday. I'm out here. It is a cold, windy day. I've been scanning the sky for our Sun Lord. No sign of our Sun Lord, but that's all right. We know he's here somewhere. Hey, the Sun Lord, even he gets a day off now and then. Well, let's hang out together. Welcome to Wiccan Wednesday. I know some of you have written me, said, Lord Ision, I'm depressed in the winter. I don't see any life. The trees are bare. There's no signs of life. In the winter, you just have to look a little closer. Like, for example, here I am as I'm walking by. This is a bush that has beautiful red berries. This is a sign of the god. And the red berries remind us of the lifeblood of the god. The green man is the vegetation. And the red berries are symbols of his power as the Sun Lord. And so on days like today when we don't see the sun, we can look for the red berries as signs of warmth and reminder that the Sun Lord is with us. Whether we call him Green Man or Sun Lord, his power is still working in our lives. We may just have to look a little bit. But that's a great challenge for all of us, especially those of us who follow Wicca. We want to really get to know the power and the energy of the gods. And so winter time is a time where you can discover, how life changes, and what all that means. And Tubies, while we're walking by, we're right here by the shrine of the ancient Holy Stone Mother. As you can see, with the winter, all the greenery is gone. But here we are. In the ancient days, the ancient pagans thought of the holy stone as a sign of the goddess. Now this is a modern day millstone, but I consecrated it a few years ago as a shrine of the Sacred Mother. So while we're here, we'll just have a little reflection. Gracious Stone Mother, we invoke you today. We thank you for your blessing. I ask that you infuse life and hope and help into all my YouTubers. And for those who are struggling this day with anxiety and depression, may your light and warmth of life come unto them. So mote it be. So mote it be. For those of you who are struggling with depression, it's good to get out and walk. Walking releases endorphins, improves your immune system, and strengthens your body. When you walk, you connect to the earth. The earth is very grounding and very healing. And you see things of beauty in nature. For example, look at these beautiful pine trees here. These amazing. In them we can see signs of the Green Man, and we can scry for his face in the branches. So don't stay at home and be depressed. Get out and make life happen, because life is available to those who will seek it out. I'm in an open area where I'm scanning the sky now. As you can see, it's a deep gray. Good thing I love the color gray. Gray is one of my favorite colors. So like days like this, I'm like, oh, it's a beautiful sky. And people are always like, is something wrong with PsychicBob? He likes the sky and it's ugly. I say, it's not ugly, it's gray. Gray's beautiful. Well, we're going up here to one of my favorite restaurants, Shooter McGee's. And you know, I always say, I love their food. I've been coming here for over 30 years. And any restaurant that puts a pentagram outside their door's got my vote. And here we are. There's their Christmas wreath still up. And there's their big pentagram by the door. There's an old Wiccan saying, may 5 be at your door. It's an old wishing of good luck and protection. Meaning the 5 points of the pentagram, may it be at your door. May the 5 be ever at your door, I think is how it goes. So there we go. Well, let's go on in and get some good food. PsychicBob's hungry. Here I am, safely ensconced in my luxurious booth, and what's going on? How did you get here? Look who snuck along inside my Louis Vuitton bag. Lamb chop. Lamb Chop, I didn't tell you you could come out of the house with me. All right, well, what's that? Hold on. Lamb Chop wants to say something. Okay, well, I guess you can stay for lunch. Yes, Lamb Chop, I think the specials look really good today. Lamb Chop's reading the specials menu. He can't decide what he wants to eat. Well, anything you like, Lamb Chop. I can never say no to Lamb Chop. Uh-huh. Oh, yes. No, I have to agree. That has me a little concerned also. I'll certainly ask about it. Lamb Chop was a little upset. He said that he saw on the menu that they had a pork chop special tomorrow night at the restaurant. He was a little nervous. I can understand that. Well, Tubies, being Wiccan Wednesday, I had to wear one of my favorite shirts. So I got on my Wiccan shirt. Check this out. I don't know if you can see it here on camera. It says Wiccan, and it's got the Horned Lord here. Isn't that cool? Horned Lord symbol. Hope you can see that. It's hard to film because I don't have a front-facing camera or a back-facing camera. Anyways, hope you can see that. And today I'm wearing one of my brown agate pendants. And as I told you today, we're going to talk about this mystical gemstone, the brown agate, and how it could help your life. I thought it might be good to look up a little more information on the brown agate, and I think I grabbed this book. I hope I'm right. This book is called Green Witchcraft 2, Balancing Light and Shadow, and I think they have a section in here on working with crystals. And the brown agate is considered one of the darker stones, and I think this book covers it. So let's just take a look inside, shall we? By the way, this is a great book. I'm not being endorsed by Llewellyn. It's published by Llewellyn. There's a whole series on green witchcraft. This happens to be the second book. It's written by Anne Mara. Anne Mara says something in this book that I think is so important. Because I get a lot of letters from people saying, "Say, Bob, do I have to spend a fortune to practice Wicca?" And here's the answer I want to tell you guys. And it says, it's written right here, you do not have to own special tools to be a witch. A witch can pick up tools as needed from the surroundings. A stick, a rock, a shell, a kitchen knife. All these are equally fine tools for the inconspicuous witch. What is important is that you feel yourself connected with nature, with the trees, the plants, the animals, fish, insects, and with the stars of the night sky. And I have to say, I really agree with her on that. She also goes on here to say, other tools can be used for meditation, as already mentioned. Black mirrors, crystal balls, polished obsidian, and a variety of crystal stones all work well for meditation, travel to other worlds and planes, spiritual development, and transference of energy. All right, so here is a list of magical stones and crystals. Here it is, agate. And say agate, some of the properties agate can be used for. Health, good fortune, eloquence, improves vitality, energy, self-confidence, gives bursts of mental or physical energy, balances emotions, calms the body, mind, and emotions. And then it breaks down different types of agate. So banded agate relieves stress. White with blue or black spots is good for travel, protection. Eye formation, bodily protection, travel, or like an eye agate, that's a type of agate, eye formation. Bodily protection or travel. Mossy agate, healing, cleanses, strengthens, abundance, self-confidence, harmony, releases anger, frustration, connects with natural energies of the earth. Or milky with red, visualizes and gains goals. Anyways, I thought this one might have a brown agate. It doesn't have the brown agate in it, but it does have the eye agate, which a lot of brown agates do have an eye symbol. And that eye agate is used for protection. So let's take a look at my agates and we'll talk about those. Yes, you can get a good look at them, Lamb Chop. Yes, they are pretty, aren't they? So here are my brown agates. Now, traditionally, witches of old wore brown agate. It was considered a witch stone, as many of the magical practitioners wore it as a protection stone. So I thought I'd just show you, give you a little tour of my agates. This is one of my agates. It's in its most raw form. It's in its nugget form. Oh, whoa, like it come out of the earth. It's a very solid stone. I think it's about a 7 on the Mohs scale of hardness. So they won't chip easily, thank goodness. But isn't that beautiful? It's a deep brown. This one is a little translucent. Most agates have a little translucent. If you get in the right light, you can kind of see through part of it. You see up at the top there, it's kind of some light coming through it. Isn't that beautiful? So this is a wonderful brown agate. I wear this one quite a bit. I actually wear all of these. I love them all. It's a very glass-like stone when they're polished. This is a raw nugget that came out. It's been polished up a little bit. But it's still in its nugget form as it would come out of the ground. It's set in sterling silver wire. It's what we call a wire-wrapped gemstone. So there's one of them, all right? Now the next two are examples of what they call banded agate. Banded agate is the one that's used for protection. Well, actually any brown agate's for protection, but especially the banded agate. The bands are considered powerful energy lines. And so here's a beautiful brown one. It's done in a marquise cut. And so you can see it's got beautiful colors. Now when you have a brown agate, they'll have different colors. Sometimes it'll be caramel, kind of golden brown, dark brown. That band there looks almost black, and it can even go to blackish brown. But as you can see, so if we compare them, like this first agate is a real dark brown, but you can see in this one the colors of that dark brown that you see in this agate. So agate can go the range from pale, kind of caramel brownish gold to almost black in color. Here's another banded agate that's in my collection set in sterling silver. And this one has kind of a caramel. It looks almost like caramel sauce. Isn't it beautiful? Agate is such a fascinating stone because it has so many variations in its style. This also has the bands similar to that one. And again, you've got the range of colors from kind of a golden caramel brown to a almost blackish brown there. See that around the bend there, that's almost like a blackish brown. There's your caramel. It goes to medium browns and shades of taupe in between. So you find a lot of taupe colors also in agate as well. Isn't that wonderful? Now here's the pendant that I'm wearing today. I took it off just to compare for you guys. And this is, sometimes they have nicknames they call these. Like this one when I bought it was called a mocha agate because it's made to look like coffee with cream, like mocha cream coffee. And if you look at it, it really does kind of look like milk. You know when you pour milk or creamer in coffee, it swirls around. And if you kind of look at this in the right light, you can see that swirling kind of creamy color. A lot of agate is not pure brown. It will have white or creamy sort of colors mixed in, and that's what we have. I bought this one because I love the color and the creamy effect, and it's set in sterling silver. I got to polish it, actually. It's a little tarnished. But this kind of looks like a 1950s boomerang shape. You know how the 1950s had the kind of modern space age boomerang look? I liked it because it looks like 1950s to me, even though this one I don't think is that old, but it just looks that way. Now, you can also wear your agates as rings. The witches of old wore them as pendants or as rings. And here's my agate that is a caramel agate. This one has a lot more golden brown in it. And so you can, when you research them, you look up caramel agate. That's another name. So we've got a mocha agate here and a caramel agate here. I think this one when I bought was called a caramel agate. It actually kind of looks like this one looks like a piece of candy. Like you could almost eat it like a chocolate caramel, doesn't it? I think so. It makes me hungry for chocolate and caramel when I see it. And so does this ring, because it looks like caramel sauce, like, you know, like a McDonald's caramel sundae. That's what it reminds me of. And then I have another brown agate, which is set in silver. Most of all my eggs, they're all set in silver, except for this one, which is set in a bronze pendant holder. This is another brown agate. This is it's also a kind of a caramel, creamy agate. It looks at times a little like caramel. It's got some dark brown in it and a little bit of creamy white as well. And that's also set in silver. That's a ring. So, you know, when you want to wear agate, you can wear it as a ring or a pendant. And, you know, it doesn't matter. It's whatever you feel called to. I wear agate a lot more as a pendant because I just feel like, you know, my guards my chest area. I had one time a person like glare at me with the evil eye, and I actually felt a physical hit. And luckily I was wearing one of these, I forget which one it was, it might have been that one. I think I was wearing that day, and it's like I felt it literally deflect the hostile look that was coming my way. So if you want a stone that's safe, especially if you're like me, like I have to go out walking a lot because I don't drive, so I travel over on foot, which makes me more vulnerable to people like stalkers and to, you know, harassers and just violent people. I like to wear a brown agate because, according, again, back to our book, banded agate, or agate is used for, or they call it eye agate. Sometimes this is band or eye, but it says it's used for bodily protection and travel. So really any agates, brown agates, whether they're banded or eyed, they make some that have round circles that look like an eye. I'll have one of those in the future to show you. I don't have it today with me, but anyway, so this is my collection of brown agates. Ah, Tubies, look what arrived, my lunch. I'm so excited. Oh my God, this is so good. I got the barbecue brisket and tater tots. I've had it before. It is like my favorite dish here. I'm so excited. It's a lunch special today. So PsychicBob chowed up. Well, oh yes, of course. Yes, I'll share some with you, lamb chop. Oh, you want a tater tot? He wants a tater tot. There you go, lamb chop. Do you want ketchup on it? No ketchup? Okay. There you go. Here, enjoy that. It looks really good. I love it. These are so good. So to finish our discussion about brown agates, all you have to do is find an agate that speaks to you. I mean, some books will say this agate's better than that agate, but I think with brown agates, it really has to be a personal connection. So once you find an agate that really, speaks to you, and all you want to do is, you can consecrate it by passing it through incense and dedicating it to your gods. Whichever god or goddess or god combination you honor, offer the stone to them and ask that the stone's power work in conjunction with the deity's protection power. And that way you've got a double protection charm of the goddesses and God's power with the stone's natural power. This is known as a natural, what do they call it? Like it's an amulet, in the sense the amulet repels evil forces. And this stone will repel evil. It's interesting because, as I've said, I've had people come up to me, and when I've worn my agates, sometimes I'll actually just touch the agate while I'm wearing it, or I'll just, if I have it under my shirt, or you said a lot of times I wear it out, I'll just pull it out, hold it in my hand when somebody's approaching me and rub it. And it's funny, it's almost like if somebody has evil intent, they can feel that, and they just like back off or go a different direction, and I don't have to deal with them. So I tell you, I'm just a believer in it. I mean, of course, that doesn't replace good common sense. Like, don't just say, well, I can wear a brown agate and do whatever I want. Now, you have to be, of course, wise, because Wicca means craft of the wise. But sometimes you end up in situations where you can't just, get away or go a different way, and you have to go through a dangerous part of town. And I think the agate gives you extra strength and protection to, to repel anything that you come across. So there you go. Well, yes, lamb chop, of course I want you to wear the best and be safe. I think that brown agate looks perfect on you. Do you like it? All right, well, there you go. It's your agate, and you can wear it every day. What's that? Oh, you want to read that book? Okay, you can read this book as well. Yes, I'll open it up to the section on gemstones for you. Tubies, that was a great lunch. They made me a Coke to go, and PsychicBob is very, very happy today. So I'm so glad you guys came along and hung out with me. Also, don't forget, if you want to get on my schedule for a private reading, it's a great time to do that. With the new year, you can learn about what this year 2021 holds for you. So if you want to get on my schedule, give me a call. It's at my office phone, 703-825-3929. We'd love to get you on the schedule. Well, guys, thanks for being here. I love you. Keep it here at Spirit Channel. We got more coming. Tomorrow is Vlog Thursday. We'll have something fun for you, so just be back here, and we'll see you then. You guys rock. Make sure to help me out. Like this video, favorite it, share it with your friends, and hit subscribe. We'd love you to be on our channel and be part of our scene. You guys rock. We'll see you tomorrow. And so I send greetings from Lamb Chop and me to you. Blessed be.